Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, as you know, on this channel, we have the cheap whiskey review. We've gone 20 bottles deep. I did the 20th episode of it, I don't know, a day or two ago. Well, I don't just drink cheap whiskey. It's not my life's goal to drink cheap whiskey. So we're starting a second series, a parallel series. I'll keep the cheap whiskey series going because I found some real gems in the cheap whiskey series. Some stuff I never would have bought. I would never know that it was good unless I bought a bottle of it and tried it. And there's been some real winners in that cheap whiskey series. I'll keep it going. But I'm going to start a parallel series. This one's going to be called the Micks Not Cheap Whiskey series. Now, on the bed today is Weller Foolproof. Now, obviously, if you're a whiskey fan, you know what Weller is. You know how hard it is to find. It's an allocated whiskey. It's from Buffalo Trace. It needs no introduction. I have never had the Foolproof. I've had both the red and the green. One of them is like antique, Weller Antique, and the other one is, I had it in my head too. It was like, Weller Antique and, well, it'll come to me. So I'm sure, leave it in the comments section. But I've had the red one. I've had the green one. And at the liquor store today, they had the black bottle, which it's the 12-year, Weller 12-year. That was $129, I believe. I wasn't willing to go that deep. The Weller Foolproof at my liquor store was $69.99. So this is a $70 bottle. Obviously, it's not going to fall into the cheap whiskey category. But, as I said, I don't just enjoy cheap whiskey. I really enjoy some expensive whiskeys. And even in my own distillation, if you've seen any other videos on my channels, you know I distill. I like wheated bourbons. I like wheated whiskey, period, whether or not it's a bourbon or not. I like malted wheat. I like malted barley. I'm a malted grain type of guy. I like that malty flavor. And wheat can add a lot of character to a whiskey. It gives it a sweetness, a real nice sweetness. Malted wheat is pretty tasty. So is a malted barley. So this was $69.99. I wasn't willing to go $129 deep on the Weller 12-year, but I'm sure it's good. My brother, who's a big whiskey fan, lives down in North Carolina. Great guy, good guy. He's the bourbon fan. I'm not the biggest bourbon fan. I'm more of a Scotch and Irish guy. And that's fine. Everyone's got their different tastes, but I do like a good bourbon. And when I can find a good bourbon, I like to drink it. There are quite a few bourbons I've had that are decent, very enjoyable. So we're enjoying it with a Murphy's Irish Stout. The Mad Mick in me's coming out. I've been on a real stout kick lately. If you ever find, Murphy's is good, Guinness is good. If you ever find one from Left Handed Brewery called Milk Stout by Left Handed Brewery, oh, that is fucking delicious. My liquor store hasn't been able to get it in like a month. Hopefully they get it in soon. So, without further ado, the Mad Mix Not Cheap Whiskey Review, number 1, Weller Foolproof. Let's get a nice whiff on it. Oh, yeah, it's killing. Oh, oh, this is not your average bourbon, people. Yeah. Oh, that's got a lot going on. There is a lot there. Oh, yeah. It's got that vanilla, that brown sugar. It's almost like I can smell the wheat. When you distill a lot, you know what grains taste and smell like. It's almost like I can smell the wheat in this, the malted wheat. It's got to be malted wheat. Oh, there's like I don't want to say cinnamon, but perhaps it's a little bit cinnamony. Oh, it's got so much. This has got a nose that's unfucking believable. I've been in a cheap whiskey series for 20 bottles without doing anything, without really getting out of the cheap whiskey series, except for a couple of bottles here and there. I get that, the Ocean Aged at Sea, Jefferson's Ocean was one of my reviews. That was really good too. was a rye, Jefferson's Ocean Rye. So look that back, go into my catalog and look that one up. That was really good. This is phenomenal. This Weller just has a phenomenal nose. Oh my God, there's so much in this nose. I wouldn't even say legs. This is so oily and thick. There's just like a circle around the top of the glass. It doesn't even want to drip back down. This is fucking phenomenal. All right. Down the gullet, people. Let's have at it. Oh, that's so fucking good. Yeah. Yeah, everything you get on the nose is on the palate, amped up to perfection. You know, when you drink something like that, when you drink a bourbon like this is why I haven't done a ton of bourbons in the cheap whiskey series. I've had a couple. I think I did what am I saying? Jim Beam Black 7. I did Evan Williams 100 proof. And both of them were pretty good for the price. You know what I mean? But you buy a cheap bourbon, you are not getting this in your glass. I mean, look at that beautiful caramel color. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know if you can see it, but it doesn't even have legs. It's just got a circle around the top of my glass. The legs don't even want to come back down. This is just oily. It's got a nice mouthfeel, got a beautiful flavor, like that brown sugar. I want to say cinnamon, but that's probably not even the flavor because it's not spicy like cinnamon, but it's got that little bit of something. You got vanilla, that brown sugar. Oh, this is fucking fantastic. Yeah, it's got all the typical bourbon nose and taste, but you know, like it's wrapped up in a gold bow. You know what I mean? This is not your average fucking bourbon. Oh, just smooth. There's so many smells and flavors in it. I mean, I'm not trying to talk it up. Everyone knows Weller is, almost all the high-end Buffalo Trace products are the gold standard for the Buffalo Trace product. There are a lot of good bourbons out there, a lot of expensive bourbons. You know what I mean? The bourbon market is just pulled off the hinges. It's almost unbelievable what the prices are. My liquor store today, I saw an 18-year-old Heaven Hill in a blue double door box. It was $799 fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? My liquor store has got a lockup cabinet full of $2 to $1,200 bourbon bottles. I mean, who can afford to buy it? I live in a smaller town in my state, and I'm not saying they're outpricing. I'm not saying they're jacking up their prices because I got this Weller for $70. Even my brother was like, "That's a good price." He's like, you go to a state store, they're gonna jack up the price, and people are gonna friggin' sneak it out the back door to their friends if they can. They had a bunch of Blantons, they had a bunch of Wellers, they had a couple of E.H. Taylors. And my liquor store doesn't normally get it, but every once in a while, it seems, maybe every couple months or so, they get a bunch of Buffalo Trace allocated products coming in a bunch. So I've had E.H. Taylor, I've had the other Wellers, I've had Blantons, I've had all of them, but I've never had this particular Weller. And, all right, people, all that knows. I'm not even the biggest bourbon fan, and I've got to say, this is fucking phenomenal. That nose, that flavor. You could probably if you're a bourbon fan, you could spend your entire life drinking this shit. You could sip this shit every day till the day you die. And I'm not even a bourbon fan. This is phenomenal. All right, let's cut to the chase. The Mad Mix Not Cheap Whiskey Review, number 1. Weller Full Proof. This baby doll getting an 8.3. And I don't think I've ever gotten anything above a 7.7 maybe on any whiskey I've reviewed on this channel. This is getting an 8.3. I know there are better whiskeys out there. I know there are better bourbons out there. I just can't afford them. So I've got to leave a little room in case somebody gives me a fucking Pappy Van Winkle or something for my birthday. I got to leave a little room, but because hardly nothing's I can't imagine anything getting above a 9. you're gonna have to fucking, it's gonna have to go down my throat, kill me, and take me to heaven for me to get it above a 9. This is a phenomenal whiskey. So, my friends, love yourself, love your family and friends, and love not cheap whiskey. Take care of yourselves.